Greetings, Seekers, and welcome back to TCG Card Shop Simulator. We are on day 12, shop level 10. We got 490 bucks to our name, which we are going to use to do some stuff in the shop. What specifically in the shop? Well, we need to find out first and foremost. I have been playing this quite a bit now off stream as well, or outside of recording, and I must say that I'm getting pretty good. My card shop is doing quite well on my other file, quite well. I have now expanded all the way back on that wall, and I've got almost 3 full racks of product on the go. So we're not quite there because I'm like day 21 on that file, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. And we've got color coordination here, so all of our blue stuff. We've got all of our yellow stuff over here, which is good. And then we've got card sleeves and the odorant, which I'm going to grab a couple of bottles of. Are you? You are full. I can plop you there, and then we'll grab you. Are you full? And then we'll... Alright, so let's take a look and see how our pricing's doing here, as we are prone to do. 87 cents and 2 cents and down 3 cents. So the card boxes are definitely going to come up in price. Market price 10%, 24.29. Boom, done. Everything else can stay as is. Let's take a look at our accessories. Card sleeves went up 8 cents, don't really care. Blue dice went up 7 cents, don't really care. Black dice stayed the same. Our blue card boxes went up $1. Ooh, market price 10? Yeah, 22.89 for those. Bam. Get some money coming in. Open up the shop. You could, if you wanted, go through cards, but my goodness. Like, that just, no. I don't, no. I won't. So, I know that I talked about in my last video how I wanted to maybe do a little bit more storytelling for you guys. Maybe you guys are a little bit more interested in where my experience is with card shops and card games in general kind of kickstarted. So, I kind of first really got into Magic the Gathering as a serious hobby when I was back in as a teenager. So when I was about, oh my goodness, hello. I was about 14, maybe 15. Oh, I was older than that. I think I was like 16 or 17 or something like that when I got into Magic the Gathering for the first time, playing with some friends of mine at high school. They were showing me how to play. This was the early 2000s. So this was the start of the, for those of you who are familiar with the Magic the Gathering sets, this was around the time of the Onslaught, Legion, and Scourge block. Yeah, that old. Oops, didn't mean I gave him too much change. Oh well, not a big deal. The only one that hurts is me. We're doing on our products here. So yeah, the Onslaught, Legion, and Scourge block was where my first foray into Magic the Gathering as a sort of passion. And this was back when Magic was doing 3 sets per block instead of 2. And this was also when they were looking at, you know, your standard being whatever came up to from the previous sort of core set to the newest core set. So this was coming just around the time 8th edition was coming around the corner, and 8th edition was really where I kind of started spending a lot of my money into MTG as like a serious hobby. And there were a lot of sets that I didn't really invest in, and then there were a bunch of sets that I really went hard into. Like, I'm a big artifact player, so when I was learning about like the story behind Magic the Gathering, like featuring, you know, Urza, Mishra, the Brothers War, the Weatherlight, and the Yawgmoth Saga, Dominaria, all those places and all those people, and then Karn specifically, I was like, oh, I like Karn. I like Karn as a character. I like Karn as what he represents and what he's all about. And then they basically made Karn like the all-powerful MTG character, and I was like, yeah, I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that. So, yeah, here we are, you know, some 20 some years later, and I still love Karn. I think Karn is still one of my favorite all-time characters, and then when they finally introduced Planeswalkers as playable, not necessarily playable characters in the sense that, like, you could play as Planeswalkers, because that's kind of the whole premise behind MTG, but you could play with them as, like, sort of allied characters kind of thing. I was like, you know what? I'm all for this. I'm all for this. Like, I'm so stoked with what they represent and what you can do with them. And the functionality of some Planeswalkers, certainly Karn's Planeswalker cards were a little busted. I mean, he was definitely someone that if you weren't careful with, he would make you have a very bad time. And I really appreciated that, because he was someone that I really could get behind playing with and playing as. And I mean, not just because he was my favorite character, but his card mechanics were often really interesting too. Especially when you look at some of his things where he's just like, yeah, you can just exile everything and everybody resets the game. And it's like, yeah, that's not fun to play against. Now, they did make the Planeswalker cards fairly exposed. For those of you who know the rulings behind the Planeswalker cards, they were pretty easy to kill once they came out, and they generally didn't last more than the turn that they came out, because they're very hard to protect. Unless, of course, they're cheapies and they have a lot of loyalty counters, but that generally wasn't the case. They generally were very susceptible to damage, especially the direct damage. So if you brought a Planeswalker out and you were playing against, like, a red player or something like that, they usually didn't last the turn they came out. So, very overpowered cards. Well, I mean, overpowered in the sense of, like, what they were capable of doing. But at the end of the day, exceptionally vulnerable. And it made playing with them very hard, despite the fact that they were some of my favorite card types out there. So, yeah, difficult in the sense of, like, you kind of didn't really know exactly how to protect them sometimes. You needed a lot of redirection, but if you weren't playing those kind of colors, then it was very difficult to do that. You could bounce them if you had, like, blue and you were playing with, like, bounce mechanics and bounce cards and things like that. You could try to save them that way if you knew how to manipulate the stack well enough. But overall, by the end of it, once a Planeswalker really dropped, you kind of got one sort of use out of them before they died. And that's tough. It's tough. But at the same time, it's not like, oh, hey, stinky man. You can get cologned. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why they're like... Maybe it's because I'm, like, hosing them down with cologne that maybe they're just kind of not a fan of it, but I don't really see the reason that they'd be like, get away from me. It's like, I'm trying to make you smell nice. Like, I don't understand how this is a problem for you, when you could have easily just showered before coming. Another reason I don't generally worry about the card prices is because people will just kind of buy them. And it's not like I'm making such a huge killing off of these cards anyway. Most of these cards are worth, like, tens of cents. It doesn't really seem worth it to kind of sit there and really worry about, you know, oh my god, do I have this card priced at 35 cents when it's actually retailing at 37 cents? And it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like, again, when I look at pricing in the TCG book, it's really more like, hey, is this thing worth, like, $2 more than what it's valued at? Or does it drop by $2? Or is it like, this is 10 cents more expensive and this is 15 cents more expensive, and I go, I'm not going to waste my time changing prices. I know that I'm still well within my realm of acceptable costing. And obviously, as your patrons become a little bit more sophisticated based on the tournaments you're running, it's very likely that they will probably start to overlook some stuff. So don't be too surprised if you're sitting on a bunch of, like, common stock and you kind of don't really know what to do with it. Like, your basic packs start not selling, or your rare packs don't sell quite as much. I mean, if you wanted to really make up the space, you could always just do liquidation. You know, just make all your stuff for dirt cheap so people just come and spend their money on it and just clean you out of your stock, and then you just don't resupply it. But there's always going to be that one person who's like, oh, you don't have this. Well, that sucks. And it's like, but nobody was buying it. I had it for like a week straight and nobody was buying anything. Like, look, I've got all these dice, no one's buying them. I've got all these rare things, no one's buying them. That whole rack is being ignored. People are just coming in and playing for the most part, or buying my 30-cent cards. Thank you for buying a 40-cent card and me having to give you almost $5 back in change. You know, it's just... You'll find a rhythm that works for you, but we're already at over $1,000, which means after today is done, we're going to start expanding. We're going to start expanding and pushing into more shop space so I can start arranging this a little bit better. We're going to slowly start getting into some new product as well. I want to get into what is it? I want to get into this, the Tetramon card sleeves. It'd be nice if I could get into something else. The dice I don't really care about right now, because I'm only going to buy them as I need them. The playmats do really well. I just bought those on my other file. I just bought the collection books as well. Those will sell for very well. But the license for the playmats is going to be kind of the next big thing too. And that's going to be where I'm going to want to start redirecting some of my money to as well. Now, I'm not sure if I want to have this the same way as my old shop. I don't think so. I kind of like the idea of having just accessories here at the front where people can just be like, oh, maybe I'll come and grab some on my way out or something. Or I've just dropped all this money on a whole bunch of packs. Maybe I'll put some card sleeves up, you know, like things like that. You're not really worth it to... Man, a reboxing feature would be amazing. Being able to just grab an empty box and just repackage things so that you can transfer them faster. I guess that's what staff are for. Staff will reshelf stuff. And I bet you they have some weird mechanic where they can actually grab multiple items like this. But at the same time, too, it's kind of like... it'd be nice if they could just... If you could just repackage things yourself. Total amount due in 3 days. Okay. That's not terrible. Clearly we can afford it. I generally like to pay my rent and things like that, like pay my bills before my shop expands, but in this case, it'll be fine. Because our first expansion is only, what, $300? So, that's fine. Everybody seems to be doing okay. Only $3.20 for both of you? Bah! That's okay. Oh, he's coming to get some cards. Apparently, there's a card there that he did not have in his deck, which caused him to lose. I don't really know how you can tell who wins or loses at this game, because I really don't know how to play, and these are just, like, people going through motions, as opposed to actually seeing how they play. What's cool, though, what I find really neat about this game is whenever you start selling certain things in your shop, you'll start seeing people show up with them. So people have deck boxes. People are showing up with deck boxes. Eventually, when I start selling the game mats, people are going to come in with game mats down. And you'll see people playing with game mats. And you'll see people playing with deck boxes and things like that. And, oh, I don't think so. I don't need you sticking up my joint. Nope. Nope. There we go. Hose you down, good. Yeah, suddenly people are like, oh, maybe I should buy deodorant. Yeah, maybe you should have a shower. God. All right. Accessories. I need one of you. I want not one of you yet. You know what? No, I actually will take one of you. Stock order, accessories, buy one of you. Yep, add to cart. How are we doing on my card set here? Card stock's pretty good supply. Boxes. I could probably get away with a stock order on accessories and buy... one box of blue. How are we doing on my yellow? I could buy one box of yellow as well. Stock, accessories, one box of yellow. Actually, hit me up with that. Yeah. We'll do that. We can buy that. We still have more than enough. Ooh. Close the shop. We're gonna keep them there. And by them, I mean those people. Until they decide to leave. I don't know if they will. Ooh, that almost filled that up perfectly. We'll get my... This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's decent. That's a decent number. And then we're just gonna stock this up. I'm not gonna be able to get rid of all of them, but certainly most of them, actually. If there's no more space, how many are left in the box? 2 of them. I have no space for 2. Okay. You know what? You guys are done. You know this. You'll pay me money. That's fine. Not bad, though. Not bad. Almost $500 profit. Yeah. Okay. So, first things first. Reno. No. Pay bills. Actually. Yeah. Open up the shop and let's pay some bills. Kind of like that a little bit more than doing the old card shop expansion, at least for right now. It's you. Gotta watch that people aren't trying to rip me off here either. 25, 35, 45, thank you. Okay, let's take a look at my TCG price. Yeah, okay, card boxes went up in price. So market 10%, 25.89. Heck yeah, boom. I'm gonna want to buy more of them. Stock order, buy one of you, add to cart. $8.80. I like to debit people because I can. There we go. Because you're no stinkers. Ah, there is a stinker. Ah! There we go. Prices averted. The stink has left us. What do you want? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to order that now. 5, 9, 50. Yep. Stock order. You know what? Give me 2 of them. How did my other stuff go? You only went up 2 cents. You went down 19 cents. That's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Accessories, up 3 cents. Don't care. Blue dice stayed the same. Black dice went down 14 cents. Shema. Not really too concerned. It was really just making sure I got my prices up on those boxes. Because that mattered. That mattered so much. 19, 50, 65. Nope, 70. Yep. I don't make a lot of money off the cards because I'm not selling my stuff that's worth a fortune. I could. I definitely don't want to. At least with things going out on sale. How much are you worth? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. Well, I haven't sold yet, so market 10%. 10% on market. Perfect. Ah, friendo. We're gonna need some more cards soon, I think. I've got too many just non-good cards. I've got too many commons, uncommons. Nothing really in the good rare category. All this stuff seems to be doing well enough. You know what? Let's do a Reno anyway. Whoop. We'll fix that up in a minute. Then we'll slide you over here like this. Slide you over like so. I love the stickiness. How it just will. Eventually, we're going to move this over to that side. It's not going to happen yet. We're getting there. That's kind of what we're working towards. I kind of want just I want to make a better flow in here, and in order to do that, I've got to make it so that people are kind of going where I want them to. So kind of keeping retail off away from the play area, which is again why I want to expand in the back and just make that all playing. But you actually get quite a few shop expansions. There's what, 20 shop expansions? Man, you make a shop huge before you have to buy another back. Okay. Well, we can make it work. We can make it work. I haven't tried any staff yet either. I should probably do that eventually, just to see how that all operates. I haven't really thought of an end point for this series either. This has kind of just been sort of my foray into what I would consider a fun game. So I don't really know when I'm gonna, like, definitively end the series or how I'm gonna end the series. Maybe just sell the shop and just run off into the distance. Maybe go open up a gas station or something. Okay. Those people who know that I'm doing Gas Station Simulator, congratulations, you caught on. Those of you who don't know I'm doing Gas Station Simulator as well, oh no. That didn't land well with anybody. I mean, it probably didn't land well with anybody anyway, but hey, blah. Whoa, just slid right in there, buddy. Alright, I see how it is. You know what? I need to buy boxes. I need to buy boxes now. Just 2. I need to buy them. They're 8 a piece, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boxes of items. Probably. Oh, did I only need to have just 1? Huh. Okay, the box is empty. Yay! Alright. You just wanting accessories, eh? 43.57. Thank you. You want $4 back? Not a problem. Thank you. Ooh, lots of card packs. Yum, 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 yum. You want 5, 7, 8. Oops, 20. Perfect. Going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 10%. 10%. Again, I maintain people should not be able to buy things free. If it doesn't have a sale price on it, it should just be treated as though it was not up for sale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. See what I mean? Like, it's not, like, I'm not trying to make a killing off the cards. Really, I'm just trying to use them to funnel out my froth, as it were. Although, it might be prudent for me to buy the workbench. I might want to buy the workbench once I get a few more bases expanded and actually start putting card packs together. I think once I clear up this area, I think I might actually buy one. I think I can do a reno. I mean, you can jump to card shop lot B if you wanted. It's $5,000, but you could do it. You don't have to expand your shop A. You could just wait until you have enough to expand your shop B. That's the great thing I love about these simulator games, is that it's very much a kind of play at your own pace. Like, I think there's a certain style of gameplay that sure might be a little bit more efficient, or maybe has a higher chance of actually yielding positive results. I mean, it's hard to say because a lot of this seems to be just kind of RNG. Whoever buys will want and buy whatever they want and buy at the time without much, you know, like look again today, there's barely anybody in the shop. It's probably just another game day because the game decided that this was going to be a day where everybody showed up and played games instead. You know, it's just, you kind of don't have necessarily control over how the AI is going to kind of maybe frick with your game a little bit. So you kind of just more or less have to be prepared for it. was gonna say, don't you take my freebie card that I accidentally posted. That's not how this works. You get to take stuff for free. Oh, it's starting to get nighttime out. Perfect. Turn on the lights. Bam. Although not bad that we managed to actually do our bills and whatnot. Like, we did all of our bill payment today, but we also managed to expand the shop. And I'm at the point where I could probably expand the shop again. I could probably do another shop expansion right now. Can't give me 29 cents, sir. Doesn't happen. Can't give me 29 cents. Wow, 20 cents. Can't give me 29 cents in a rounded to the nearest dollar game. 50, 75, 85, 95. See, there you go. It's either you're getting screwed or I'm getting screwed, or we're both collectively getting screwed. Either way, you can't give me the 9 cents. It doesn't work like that. Because I don't have pennies. I don't have pennies to give. I gotta go higher. I gotta give you more than what the thing says to give you change by, because I round up. Look at this, even this, 3.25. I gotta give you 3.25. I can't give you 3.24. It's not physically possible. Oh, it's fine. Fine, it's fine. There's probably other currencies where you don't necessarily round, so they're probably like, hey, I don't know what the big deal is about. Like, is only rounding, bro? To which I would reply, yeah, but... How are my card sleeves doing? If I didn't get 40 in a box, I'd buy another box. How's my blue stacking up? Blue's holding up all right. How's my yellow doing? Yellow is not hurting. If I did booster packs, no, I want to do I think I want to do the shop expansion. We're going to do the shop. Okay. 2 things that I want to do. That is a lot of card sleeves, my guy. You must have a lot at home, or you have a really good deck idea. We're only 6:47. The days, surprisingly, in this game actually go by relatively quickly. I don't know if there's actually... Is there a mechanic where you can actually slow down the time? Game? No. Okay. I mean, the machine helps, but you need like 3 of them. Because you need to put them along where people are pathing so that it can spritz off and hit them. I love when people get up and I make money. Love it. Just 1. 25, 35. Oh, 3. There we go. Thank you. Not as many smelly people today, though, so that's always a bonus. Oh, he looks so sad. He's just sitting there waiting his turn. 4, huh? 1, 2, 3. Some of these I've not put out for sale. Then 1. Come on. Come on. Oh, smelly person. Oh, yeah. Not in my shop. I mean, I don't think my rare stuff is expensive. I mean, you just bought something. You just bought something from the rare table. Yeah. Whoop. Oh, man. You know what me chasing after people reminds me of? So, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a big Simpsons fanatic. And there's an episode way back when where Homer Simpson goes to clown college to become a Krusty. Because Krusty sold his likeness, but he has no more money. So, in order to monetize something that he hasn't done yet, he opens up a clown college, and Homer attends. And when they go and get their diplomas from clown college, Krusty's wearing a hand buzzer, and every time he cans someone their diploma, they get shocked. And when Homer goes to get his, he grabs his diploma and runs off, and he's like, no shock for me. To which point, Krusty basically runs him down and starts... Oh, that's too... Okay. Oh, it's too much change, that's why. I need to give you $17.79. Whoops! Ah, it's way too much change. So there's after Homer grabs his diploma, he bolts. He bolts for it, and Krusty runs him down, and then starts buzzing him all over by like pushing the button on his face and on his chest and things like that. But he does so repeatedly, and I couldn't help but think that whenever someone stinky comes into my shop, it's me just running them down and just spritzing them in the face with cologne, because they can't be bothered to shower before going out into public. All right. Seeing as you're the only one here, I don't mind turning the lights off. Okay, there. One there. Two there. Perfect. Okay. I need just a bulk of like almost dollar cards. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Anything from like 65 cents or more is kind of this. Oh my god, almost $100 card. A gold edition Batarang. Heck yeah. I'm actually kind of curious as to how expensive some of my cards are. 17, nope. 15, take 2 of you. 1 and 1. 1. No one's really buying much of these, so I can kind of afford to keep a few of them. Good, good. Not a bad card pack. Almost $11 in cards here. $16 card. Heck yeah. Again, the first time I played this game, I pulled over $1,000 card, I think, from my first pack. It was a full art foil of one of the basic cards, but it was worth over $1,000. It was ridiculous. I loved it. It was awesome. Okay. What do I have in my stock order? Anything? I stocked up on these, but no one really bought them today. One more for good measure. Next day. 84 profit. Yeah, because we paid our rent and stuff. Heck yeah. That's alright. That's alright. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do appreciate. Again, just a reminder, if you are not subbed to the channel, you can always hit that sub button down below. It does help us out. If there's anything you guys want to see on the channel as well, you can always leave a comment in any of my videos. If you have any questions about anything that I've done up until now on any of the playthroughs that I've done so far, be awesome. We are going to try to put more Dungeon Fog content out sooner than later. I know that we have to look at the next module coming up soon, so I definitely want to start pumping out some more content for Dungeon Fog, because I'm sure that you guys are interested in seeing more of that as well. But for those of you who've been loving TCG Card Shop Simulator, thanks so much. Make sure to check out my other playthroughs as well, most notably Gas Station Simulator, which we are just kind of in the early throes of. Would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.